Welcome to Morning Chatter Podcast. Here we go. We're doing something new today. We're not going to use microphones.
We're naked.
We're naked. We do not have the microphones, but we do have water.
Yeah, we're like freeballing it.
Yeah,
I guess. We don't
kinda.
have microphones. We don't have our little normal setup. You know, just
All right.
things are afoot today.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
2021,
Right?
so who cares?
So hopefully this sounds okay because
Yeah.
we're yelling into my iPhone.
Exactly. That'll probably make Jeff mad, but that's okay. Here we go. So what we're going to talk about today is investing in your health in 2021 and how important it is because we are in a time right now where your health is probably the most important thing.
5 days into the new year and it's already gone to shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Politically.
So, we're just trying to keep a smile on our face.
So yeah, now is a good time to
Yeah.
breathe, take care of yourself,
Do
whatever
you.
lowers your blood pressure.
Your blood
Your
pressure.
blood pressure.
Courtney's gonna have
I'm all
stroke.
wound. I'm fucking wound up today.
Yeah. How much coffee did you have?
I had the internet.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I
this
was
girl, what
reading all the bullshit
got,
that people
man? I
were
need
posting.
it. Give me that. Yeah, see, I stay away from that.
I need
Like
to.
we were talking about earlier, like I don't, like once it
I
starts
get
going,
curious.
you get curious and I'm like,
Let's see
hey,
what these.
no, go watch Netflix.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay away, but I want to see what these
Yeah.
asshats are posting
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
So
yeah,
let me
yeah,
take
yeah,
a little
yeah.
peek, and then
And
I
I
go.
do like that, what we were talking about, like reading both sides, totally, but
Not
it
if
gives
it's
me
gonna
too
make you
stress,
feel like
too
I'm
much
feeling
stress.
right now.
No,
Yeah.
totally. You don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
So that would be honestly
Got
a good
enough.
thing for you to know when to back away from it too. And
Today
be
might be
like,
the day. I've got
Yeah.
enough chaos in my everyday life.
100%. Turn it off, you know? There's nothing wrong with turning it off either.
No,
Like,
see, Nelly, I'll
shut
be
it
all
off.
up on it later today. You know
You're
that.
like, you need to like write a gossip blog just about that because you're nosy Nelly. I love it.
All
But we're
right.
going to talk about how to invest in your health and your mental health,
Yeah.
physical health, all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
because it's so important. And now that we're stuck at home, it's even more important, I think, because I'm back at home too. So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start.
I think one of the biggest things would be like vitamins and supplements and taking care of your body.
So bad with remembering my vitamins. They even sit right next to my bed. Look at
Oh,
them over
really?
there. Say hello.
Oh,
Haven't
hello,
had you in a
vitamins!
few
Is it
weeks.
like a Flintstone?
That's what I need to get. Oh,
Some chewable.
I need the gummy ones, and I'll fucking eat those all day long.
I make my kids give them. I know the gummy ones are so bad for your teeth, but I don't care.
Are they?
Yeah, because they get like stuck in your teeth and
'cause of
shit.
the texture
Like,
of
yeah,
them?
kid-wise, you know. But I don't care. I'm like,
Pop those
take
suckers.
those, please. Vitamin C, vitamin D, take it all. But that's what they say right now. Vitamin C and vitamin D and
I see a lot of
zinc
the D,
is
yeah.
very. You see a lot of the D.
All
All
Just like, no,
right,
she doesn't.
2021's looking good for Courtney. I like it. I like it a lot. She might not, but she should take a lot of the vitamin D. But yeah, those are good for you, and especially going into winter where there's not a lot of sun. Well, we have a lot of sun out
Yeah, I mean,
here.
we have like it's summertime.
I was
right
at the
now.
freaking beach the other day,
Yeah.
and Luke was doing like a polar plunge. I'm like, you really want to bring your trunks to the beach?
Oh,
And he's
God.
like, yeah, because they were so mad the day before we went. It was actually hot.
Yeah.
And then we didn't have our trunks. And then the next day we went, we were all geared up and it was like 55 degrees. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. It was freezing.
God, no, thank
I'm
you.
like, how do you do
That's
that?
so good for your body, though.
Yeah, it actually is. Like that coldness too, cold.
Look at him.
Which
being
would
ahead of
be,
his time.
yes, exactly. One of those things, you
Yeah.
know, like just taking that cold shower actually like reboots
Yeah.
your immune system and clarity and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't even have it on the list. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
right?
just added something to the list, but that is good for you, for sure. And then another thing, which you just started on Monday, would be a
Yes.
boot camp challenge,
Yeah,
right?
I'm doing the Beachbody organization or whatever. They have so many different like programs. So we are doing, it's called the 9
You and Allie?
week control free. My friend Allie told me about it, but there's a little group, there's like 14 of us in
Cool.
a accountability group on the book.
Makes a difference.
And yeah, totally, because like yesterday I would have slept right through. Like we don't have to do it at a certain time, but I'm
But
trying
it's
to
good
get
to
it
get
done.
a certain
Yeah,
time.
I would have kept sleeping because I had a rough night with the baby, but I'm like, no, I need to
Yeah.
get it done because all these people are going to be posting how they
Yeah.
did it.
That'd be so
So
good.
it's very motivating.
Accountability makes such a big difference.
I need it.
I would say that. Invest in accountability of
Seriously.
partner. Like if you can't, like
Just
if there's
text
not
a
a
friend.
group or something, like freaking pay someone, dude.
That
You know
or,
what I mean?
or
Like,
text a friend or
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm not self-motivating at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So it just won't happen. You know, I paid for a few
That's
months of the Peloton, never used
Yeah.
the app, you know, like I need.
Because you don't have someone checking in with you.
Yeah.
Like, did you do your Peloton
Yeah.
jog or
I need to do
bike
this
ride?
for someone
It's
else,
like,
not
no,
for
I didn't.
me.
But that's how it starts, though. And then all of a sudden
Get in
you're
groove.
so consistent that your habit is like, oh, I have to work out
Yeah.
today. Not because you have to, because you feel good.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel when I work out. Work out basically every day. And it's like, when
those
you're
endorphins.
done, yeah, it's like you got so much shit going on right now. The best thing, I've legit gone down there, felt like shit, don't want to do this, and when I'm done, I'm like, dude, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah, I mean, what they say, you never regret a workout
Yeah.
you did, but you.
And you know what though? I know what you're talking about. You never regret a bad workout.
Or you'll just
No.
never regret a workout, but you'll
Yeah.
regret not doing one or something.
100%. Because it is. It's so easy to just be like, I don't want to do that today.
Yeah.
So I agree. Accountability partner is like such a big deal. Like
Yeah.
it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
And
so that's
you
been
have
fun.
that little group.
So if anyone wants to join,
There you
I mean,
go.
We're already
Beach body.
started, but it's okay.
But you can
jump
join
on in.
late, right?
Yeah.
19 weeks? 19 days.
9 weeks.
Oh, 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's great.
Yeah, I
Because
couldn't
then that
walk
passes
yesterday. It's
the
good.
30-day thing.
Oh, like where it makes a habit.
Yeah.
3 weeks or 30 days.
I like something past 30 days because it's like, then it's like, I feel like you can do anything for 30 days.
Yeah.
But like, the longer it is, it's like, oh,
It's gonna be part of your life.
now it's
Then
like
a challenge
routine.
where you stop and you're like, okay,
How
cool.
cool.
I did it.
Yeah,
See you later.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm already ready for the next one.
Yeah,
Getting a little
so-
ahead of myself, but I know I need this, so it
You
needs
need
to
it,
snowball
and it's
to
good for
another
you,
one.
and you feel better like when you're done. And it's like, yes, and then you have a goal too. I think having a goal for anything in life makes a big difference too. Because why are you waking up like with no purpose, no like drive, and it would be harder to get out of bed. I think, you know,
Yeah.
especially if you didn't have something to look forward to, you know.
Totally.
So it also gives some kind of time for you. And how long is it? 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're around that.
30 minutes for yourself, you know what I mean? You should carve
Had an
out that
audience
much
a couple
time.
times, but I try to get it done
But that's
before
okay,
they wake up.
you know, like, and if you don't, but you still get it done and they're
Yeah.
watching you, that just shows them that, you know, my mom works hard and she wants to take care
If
of
only
her
they
health.
sat there nicely and watched her play.
No, it's
Her
good
chair
that
was
they're
like-
doing it. I saw him doing his little.
But he also, on the first day, came in and tried to take my weights, and he took something and he popped my ball. So it was like that was frustrating for day one to like
No,
be pissed
that
off
was
already
not
in the
your day
morning.
one.
So you just gotta laugh. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You got it in, for sure. That's hilarious. Oh, so another way to invest in yourself would be your diet, what you're feeding yourself, you know, good foods, and all that kind of goes along with the vitamins and the supplements, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not going to be going and eating like shit every day because I worked out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I already did the first thing. And granted, I don't usually work out in the morning anymore, but when you do set yourself up for that, then it's kind of just snowballs into everything else. Well, now
Yeah.
I do want to take my vitamins, and now I do want to, you know, eat a little healthier.
Yeah,
or
because you don't want to like ruin the workout with crappy
well,
food.
why do you want to work out for food? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know a lot of people who do that, and that's fine. Like, but it's also like you kind of miss the point of the workout because
Yeah.
the workouts build strength and like that helps in investing in your longevity too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like muscle building and all that is
And
like
bone
so
health, like
good,
heavy
especially
lifting
women.
for women, super important.
Any kind of weights, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you don't have to go right out the gate like super heavy. Like grab some 5
but
pounders,
just having
you know?
that weight on
Any
your
kind of
bones,
weight, you
yeah.
need that. Like it's like, and we have such a bad, women have a bad
Yeah.
like bone density,
Density,
loss, you
yeah.
know, and it's like
As you get older, yeah.
that's shitty, and especially with us like getting older too. It's like now is the time to start like investing in your health
Yes.
because you don't want to fucking play catch up when you're 50. You want to be like consistent,
Yeah.
and then that way it's kind of like procrastinating, you know, as you keep putting shit up,
Mhm.
it just builds up and up and up, and now you have a giant problem instead of like these little tiny problems that
Yeah.
you are doing consistently, and there actually isn't that big of a problem,
Yeah.
you know, because you do it every day. You take care of yourself. I
Yeah,
love that.
I mean, before I started doing this workout thing, like it had been almost 2 years really since I worked out because I was pregnant.
You're
and then
doing so
we're
good
almost
with
at
CrossFit.
month 6, but just sitting down, like in our room, we have a little changing area for her on the floor.
Mhm.
Just getting down and getting up, like my knees were hurting.
Really?
Like, oh my god, how old am I? I don't know, 36? Am I 36-ish?
I think you're younger than
Something
me.
like that. Okay, like I shouldn't be having like hurt knees getting
Yeah.
up from like playing with my kids or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
like that's kind of a wake up call. Like regardless of the fat on me, like I need to be stronger
Yeah.
so I can play with my kids.
100%, you
And
know,
it's like,
like
holy shit! And imagine, you know, being older when your kids have kids, like, don't you want to be able to get on the floor and get up and down?
Yeah, like your mom.
Yeah, like my
You
mom's
know,
in
like-
better shape than I am right now.
Shit. Your mom's like legit, so it's like I want to
So
be like
she's
that
so
too.
important.
It is so important, and I think you're doing a good job of that as well. It's hard. It's
Thank you.
hard to start though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's like it's so fucking hard to like be like, oh,
Because
today.
especially when you have like a long
today's the
journey
day."
until you're
Yeah.
in goal, you know, it's kind of, yeah.
One day at a time though.
Yeah.
With everything, I do better with like, okay, I got today done.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
like, oh, only
It's
500
like,
more of those to get
Whoa!
to my goal.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. You got today done.
Yeah.
Congratulate yourself for that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people didn't get today done. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They didn't go and work out. They didn't feed their body proper food. It's like, well, you did. And like same thing with everything. It's like take care of yourself and don't worry about like what everyone else is doing,
Yeah.
and then you'll feel so much better. I just totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially right now with like this fucking stressful times. It's-
Right.
This is the time to
Really
do
dive
it.
into it.
we're in
yeah.
kind of like segueing into where we're going with like teletherapy, and you've been open about talking about
Yeah,
that, you
love
know,
therapy.
and you enjoy it. I've personally never done therapy. I don't think there's anything wrong with therapy at all. Every person I've ever talked to, I'm like, go, why
Yeah.
not? You know what I mean? Like maybe I should just go because I feel like I'm just want to talk to someone.
It's
you
good
know?
to have that like neutral perspective.
Someone that's
on
not a
things.
friend or
Yeah.
a lover or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like an outside body looking in and being like, oh, you could do this, that, and the other thing. Or maybe
Right.
it's this, that, and the other thing.
And I mean, and it's funny because sometimes like my therapist will tell me things that Jeff has been telling me, but it clicks different when it's someone else.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, okay. Or it's almost like, well, she said it, so now I feel like I have permission to do this, this, and that.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel as guilty because she told me, like that's my prescription almost.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So it really does help whatever's going on to just talk it out with someone.
And
And
it's
you get
not
tools.
someone that is your family member or your
Right.
friend. It's like, because it's like, maybe you don't know everything,
Yeah.
but she does. She went
And
to school for
they'll
this.
give you tools to help fix it and work through it. So
And that's great.
yeah.
And I would recommend anyone go into that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any shame in that
Yeah.
at
And
all.
it's so easy
And
now.
now you said you
Zoom
can do it
stuff.
from home, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to go in, you know? Like,
Zoom. There's even like apps that like set you up with someone.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that swimmer Michael Phelps like doing an ad for some sort of
yeah. App?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what it's
The
called.
apps are
but
big right now, like self-care apps. So it's like invest in something that can help you get through whatever you're going through.
yeah,
Sometimes you don't even know what the hell it is until someone from the
reaches
outside
in, brings it up.
says like, well, maybe it's this.
Yeah.
You know, like, have you thought about this yet? And it's like, oh shit, I did
Yeah,
because I didn't want to.
yeah,
I didn't want to think about that.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. I'm
fucking,
sure there's a lot of things to press that people could talk about and feel better about overall.
Yeah, and I do think there's like a point where you have to like take a minute too and like sit back and enjoy your life as well. Like we were talking about that a few months ago, like when you overkill the digging,
Yeah.
you know, when you're just constantly looking for shit. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm good. Well, now you have OCD. It's like,
Right.
what? No way. Well, look at this fucking layer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like, I do think that you have to find a healthy balance of like, you know, at one point sitting back and enjoying where you are
Yeah.
the day, you know? But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great one for sure. And we kind of already talked about this next one's movement and gyms.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you feel like you said you're not
Motivating.
you have to invest in a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to get someone to be like, hey, you can do this, you
Yeah.
know? Like, let's go.
It's
Get
so
up.
helpful.
Go. You have to come to the park and meet me here. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, I'm going to go to the park by myself and
Yeah.
I'm going to walk.
And
It's
the
like,
excuses
no,
come.
you did it. Because it's so easy. You can easily bail on yourself. For some reason, it's a lot harder to bail on somebody else.
Which is so messed up.
I know.
You
It really
shouldn't
is. if you
want to
actually
bail
think
on
about
yourself
it.
either.
No, not at all. But you've actually bailed on yourself a lot to get to that point too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like that. Even when I used to do my walks with Darby, like, holy shit, I am not a morning person. You'd have to get up at 5. I was like, oh my god, we're gonna do it again this Friday. And I'm like, fuck, I haven't woken up at 5 in a long time. I would not wake up by myself and go walk in
Yeah.
the dark. But she's with me, and I have to get up because she's my accountability
Yeah.
person.
And you don't want to let her down.
And I don't want to let her down. And same thing with her. She's
Yeah.
like, ooh, You know, I don't want to let go of them. It's like, so you're helping each other.
Yeah.
You're not just helping you, you're helping your friend. You're helping Allie by joining that group.
Yeah.
And the other 14 people that are in that group. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, that's why I love that. I
Yeah.
just think it's such a good thing to have that. Movement in general is
Yeah.
fucking big. I would be a mess, honestly.
Yeah.
A fucking mess.
Yeah,
That's
it's
probably why I haven't gone to therapy
I was
yet,
gonna
because
say,
I've worked
that's-
out for the
that's
past
your
fucking
therapy.
10 years.
You work out all your demons
I'm
at
like,
the
"Rawr."
gym.
Hey.
Oh, that's good though.
Oh, it's so crazy though. Well, let's get into this one you were talking about down here, the human design one.
Yeah, so for me, it's like, it's kind of just a way to like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It can kind of go along with astrology in a way,
Oh.
or like a personality test sort of
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So it's like, you know, you may
Like
think,
an enneagram kind of?
a little bit. So it's like, you know, it might be a little in the category of, you know, the woo, all that. But it's like, if it's going to make you feel better and do better, then I don't see any harm in it. So,
Yeah.
you know, might think it's a little wackadoodle, but I just have dove into it and I think it's so interesting. So all you need is like your birth time to the
Oh,
minute,
I've heard of
your
this.
birthplace, and it tells you what
Yes, 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 yes.
So you
And
have,
how
like, this
you
title.
deal with certain
Yeah,
things in
but
your
I
life.
mean, you
I
can, like,
have heard
you
of
can
this.
dive so deep into, because it's like you get this chart, you see your chart, and you
Yeah.
have no idea what it means.
So is this, when you plugged it in, you went to a certain site?
Yeah, you can just Google human design. There's a bunch of different things, but like the Jovian, I think is like one of the main ones.
When you type in the time, the day that you were born, what if you don't know the time that you were born?
You need to try and figure that out because it kind of it makes a big difference, like to the
Interesting.
minutes.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
know that.
It's probably like, don't you have a baby book? I'm
She
sure
thinks
there's
my mom was
something.
sitting there fucking putting a baby book together.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
like I was like one of the last kids born. There's no fucking
I'm
baby
sure there's
book.
like something laying around. I don't know.
I bet you she would have known, honestly. There's no fucking way my dad knows. He doesn't even know my birthday. Like, he'll, like, legit be like, oh, fuck, group text birthday. Holy shit, happy birthday. I don't even think he knows his own birthday.
Well, I don't know my kid's time off the top of my
yeah,
head.
but you would look.
I'm
You would
so
have to
bad with
look.
numbers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so if you can find that out, great. And yeah, it just kind of, it just tells you like how you should go about things. Like for me, I'm a projector and I'm here to like, which sounds so silly, to like guide people and stuff, and when I first read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so not me, because I feel like I'd rather be like a leader than a follower in a way. Like if there was like a group thing, like I wouldn't want to be like the coach or anything. I'd rather someone like guide me and tell me what to do. But I'm doing all these like YouTube tutorials, so in a way, that's kind of the same thing. I'm teaching someone like that way.
Exactly.
For
It
macrame.
doesn't always have to be like other
Yeah.
things. It can be, you're teaching someone how to do the macrame.
Yeah,
You know what
and
I mean?
so the other thing of mine is like I'm supposed to like wait for the invitation to do things or start things, which is funny because if I would have said, "Hey Chelsea, let's start a podcast," it might not have like been a good thing. But
That's
since
right, I did.
you
That's
invited
right.
me
That's
to start
right.
a podcast, and you know just
Well,
little
sure.
things, right? So it's kind of like
Which is funny when you think about it, because I'm not one to fucking come up with ideas like that, honestly. But I think it was like everything was aligned correctly. And
Yeah.
like, we both kind of needed that at that moment
Yeah.
too. And I think it's brought us on this like fun journey
Yeah.
as well, and like diving in deep to all the things that we've learned just in
Right.
this past year. So yeah, maybe the fucking universe was like, Chelsea, you got to go to Whole Foods.
yeah.
Right now.
Courtney's looking for oat milk,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's gonna ask you to come
You gotta
have
go.
lunch with her
Which
there.
is funny too, because I remember that because, and usually you don't remember like random days like that, but I wasn't gonna go because
Yeah.
I was like feeling like blah.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason why I was like, I fucking don't want to go. And you know that feeling
Yeah.
where you're like, I don't fucking want to see anyone.
Yeah.
But it was the best thing,
Yeah.
and I had a great time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was hard. Like, but how funny! I didn't
Right.
even think of that. I wish I knew the time I was born. I would do it.
Maybe you can dig around.
We'll dig.
Like look
I
at
bet you
yeah,
fucking
like
Facebook knows.
that, or like can you find like birth records? I'm sure you can find something online.
Probably.
There's
You
maybe
got
a
it.
way.
It's not like I was born in
So,
the 1800s.
Right? I need to find this scroll. So I don't know. It's been
It's
really
probably
interesting.
public records, honestly.
I'm sure you
like
can find
something
out.
that
So
you could find.
I want you to find out because I'm
Yeah.
just curious for my own knowledge, like
Yeah.
what you are. Because
No,
there's like
totally.
manifestors, there's generators, there's generating manifestors, projectors, and reflectors.
Ooh.
And like most of the world is like manifestors and or I think generators. Reflectors are super rare, and projectors were like 20%.
Okay.
So it's just been really interesting. I've been diving into
fun.
it. I listened to a great podcast about it, and we're in a Facebook group. So it's
Cool.
just been a lot of fun, and just kind of like changes your perspective on how you're like going about things.
I
too.
heard a podcast on it too, and now that you said that, I was like, oh, that's right. He said that. What was his name? Peter Crone or something. I feel like I'm gonna have to look him up. But he's big into that too. You know, like, and I'm like, sometimes you hear that stuff and you're like, what? But then sometimes, like, I'm like 50-50. I guess I'm fucking 50-50 on everything. But I like stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like horoscopes and the moon. And
Yeah,
like,
I like all
feel
that
like the
too.
energy from the moon. I'm weird like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel connected to the earth and somehow. And like, when you're walking around, you're not just fucking walking around. You're like really taking it in. You know what I mean? And like, so I like listening to podcasts. I would enjoy that for sure. So I need to find out.
Find out. At least
Find out.
just do
Public
for me.
record.
I'm so
Somebody
curious
tell me.
on what
I
you
know.
are. Because I already like searched Jeff's and
Oh,
Archer's.
you did?
And, yeah.
Oh, fun. What is Jeff?
He's a manifesting generator.
Okay.
And Archer's a projector like me. And I believe, I can't remember, I think Hazel was she was either a manifestor or a generator. I don't know. I can't remember shit about anything.
Yeah. No, but something along the lines of that.
Yeah, it's really fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. Well, cool. We'll check it out.
Yeah. Let me know
And
what
you
you
just
are.
looked it up, right? Human design.
Yeah.
And then it sent you to a site. You don't have to pay for anything?
No.
And it's just like an email.
There's a bunch of different sites. I mean, there's so many blogs. A lot of people out there doing it. You can find stuff on
Yeah.
Instagram.
What was the podcast you listened to?
That Projector Life by Ardelia. I forget her last name. There's a few out there. I like that one. I
Jumped into there.
She
Cool.
clicked with me.
Perfect. Well, have
Yeah.
fun. Well, what's the next one?
Oh, just another like free thing.
Oh, yes.
I've been loving just like going on YouTube and searching like a sound bath and putting
Mhm.
my earphones in, laying
Kind of like
down.
meditating,
And
right?
yeah, it's a sound bath meditation, and it's just like you just leave feeling
Meditating's so good for
relaxing. Yeah.
you. It seriously is so good for you, especially when we're loud people.
Yeah.
Like we're pretty like rah! So it's like if I could get like that, like
Yeah.
I need to get back.
I'm
into
trying to get back. I
meditating.
used to be so good, and then the
Yeah.
whole like kid thing came along, and
That's
I'm
hard,
trying to
though.
get back into it.
But that's a good time to get back into it because it's stressful being
Yes.
a mom
Yeah.
and a dad, and it's like it's hard on your body and your mind. And
Yeah, so I'm trying to find
that's
my
why you block
calm
it out.
to try and get rid of this rage I
Yeah.
have inside
No, totally.
when I ignore it all day by my toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Just ignore you.
Oh my God, he's cute when you're here.
He
You
puts a
should-
show on.
He does. He shows off, and then he's the devil when you leave.
They just sprout.
Right?
He's like, yeah, let's do it. Does your mom leave too, or what time does mom leave?
I hope she's here for a little bit
You're
longer.
all day.
Right?
She's staying all day today.
She might be.
With what happened in the news, she's staying all day.
Right?
Please. No, but that's funny. And then yeah, we already talked about therapy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's like all such good things for your body and your health, and you know, like taking care of you. This is like the time to dive into yourself.
Yeah, and
you
like
got nothing else going on
Right.
except for being at home, unless you work full time. That's awesome. But
Yeah.
we
But
don't.
you can't pour from an empty cup. The whole
100%
oxygen mask
cannot.
thing, you know. So it's like we really have to take care of ourselves so we can
100%.
show up in our best version, which I definitely am not these days. So like all these things are like super important to me right now.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to like
You have to though.
do that.
And when you're consistent and it just flows too, you know what I mean? Like when I had kids your age, absolutely not. Like it was like I blacked a lot of that out because shit, Jack was in so much therapy too that it was like you just kind of go. You didn't
Yeah.
fucking worry about yourself at all. I was still working out, thank God, but
Yeah.
you put your head down and you went. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it was like, and then you woke up and they were like 6 years old, and so it's
Yeah.
like that's rough.
Yeah.
You know, like 'cause there's a lot of that stuff that I don't remember because I legit probably blacked it out. It was fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I give you even credit for diving into that because when I had two at that age, it was not the same, not at all. So
Well,
it's like
I wouldn't
hard.
be able to do it without like my mom here helping
Yeah.
too. Not that obviously Jeff helps, but she's here like when he's at work too.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like, how do you really make time for yourself if you have two kids? It's
There you
easier
go.
when you have one because then it's like, okay, you got their nap times.
Yeah.
When we have two, it's like, okay, come on, you got this one
Yeah.
nap that can maybe collide
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Like it's tough. So you definitely that's why you need a good support system.
And some things go on the back burner too, because not everybody has like the luxury of having their mom come over. I did
Right,
not. My
right.
mom never came over. So it's like if my dishes didn't get done, I wasn't fucking beating myself up about not getting the dishes
Yeah.
done. And Bo was always really good about not being like coming home with the dishes on time.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, well, I kept the kids
fuck
alive.
no,
So there you
yeah,
go.
exactly. So it's like at the end of the day, like some things have to go on the back burner.
Yeah.
You should not be on the back burner.
Right.
Like dishes can be on the back burner or laundry can be on the back burner.
Yeah.
But your
Take care of
physical,
yourself.
mental health
Yeah.
cannot be on the back burner. And if that means laying on the fucking couch and watching fucking Bravo,
And do it.
then do it. Like
Yeah.
it's legit. I think that was a big thing for me too, just zoning out.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't reading back then at all. Like I was like,
You just wanted to check out, and I
you
still
got
do that.
you got to
yeah.
check out. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even drinking a lot back then. I don't even really honestly drink that much right now, but like back then I wasn't. You didn't have fucking time.
Yeah.
It was like, where would I find the time to
Well,
do that?
and if you're like nursing too.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
no, I didn't. I was weird about that. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
What? I even remember like going to dinner one time with like Allie and stuff, and she's like, "No, a drink," and I'm like, "No, I could wait." You know what I mean? Like it's not that. I don't know. It wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? And even now, after doing that challenge, I don't find it like a craving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I enjoy our Saturday night wine night. I legit do. Like I
Yeah.
like winding down and having wine and like just hanging out and not feeling like you can't. Because when you are in a challenge like that, you do have some restrictions where you're
Yeah.
like, I can't do that. I do like that flexibility, but I couldn't imagine. I was drinking a lot.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine going back to that. That would be hard. And I get puffier when I
Do you?
drink. I've noticed that. Like my face gets puffier, you know? I don't
Retains
know.
water,
Yeah, it
maybe,
retains
yeah.
water. My recovery in my app. So the nights that I do drink, I'll go from like 80%, so it's like a percentage, you know what I mean? It'll drop me down to 20, which is like
Oh,
a
wow.
red, which says like you shouldn't be doing much today.
Wow.
And it does it every
And it
time.
knows. It's not like
I
you
drink.
logged in.
I
you
didn't
drank.
log it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't log it in. It's just something with your heart rate
Wow.
and like all that. So it's like,
And
that
what
was
is
a
that? Is that
This is the
linked to-
Whoop. Yeah, this is like your heart rate, your sleep. It tracks all that.
Okay.
And I get it every day. And you log in and stuff. But when you first get what your score is for the day, I hadn't put any of my like I drink alcohol because it asks you questions. Did
Yeah.
you stretch? Did you meditate? Did you drink enough water? That's another big one too. Drinking enough
Yeah.
water, and it'll flat out give you an answer. You know, so it's like wow,
Like it knows.
It does.
So
And
it
the
does
whole
have an effect,
time-
obviously.
100%. Because you know you're like, I'm good. I
Yeah.
can work out after I drink. I'm totally
Yeah.
fine. I probably shouldn't have, you
Yeah.
know, because it's like your body's still trying to recover from whatever you just did.
Trying to get the poison out, essentially.
Yeah, and get your like it all like flushed, like
Yeah.
hydrated. You know, I think it's like a dehydrated thing. And I drink
Oh,
a fucking shitload of coffee. So it's
Yeah.
like the amount of coffee I drink and you added some alcohol, it's like,
Your body's like, no, thank you.
girlfriend, you better fucking take a nap today. You know, because you
This
can
is your
log
rest
that.
day.
You can log that.
Yeah.
Like took a nap, and then it'll see like that it increased. You know, like or I stretched, and that would increase. Doing things for your recovery increases your score or
Yeah.
whatever. So that kind of falls along the lines of that too.
Yeah.
Stretching. You know what I mean? Bath, ice bath, like
Yeah.
a hot bath, like. All those things, meditating, you log that in. It's so good for you.
Interesting.
You know, a bunch of shit on there that has a lot to do with how your body is recovering and how your body. Some people, Bo doesn't react like that to alcohol, not like me. You know, his is like he's much bigger, but like he'll drop a little bit, but not like me. I
Oh, wow.
drastically drop. Like it's like,
Crazy.
and I still work out the next day,
Yeah.
but I big on movement every day, even if you're going for a walk.
Yeah.
I legit think everybody should be moving every day.
Yeah. Well, today's my rest day,
Cool.
and I do plan on like walking to the park
Yeah,
and doing
walking.
some stretching.
You're out with the boys. Even like movement around your house is
Yeah.
still movement.
Yeah.
Doing the laundry, like doing the dishes,
Yeah.
cleaning up the backyard, making your bed, like that is legit movement. You
Yeah.
know, here's another weird example with it. I've done when I'm cleaning, and I've kind of cleaned like I have ADD, like I'll be like, oh my god, here's this over there, blah, 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 blah. When I'm
Rage
done,
clean? That's how I clean. Rage
legit
clean.
logged a workout.
Really?
It's like, whoa, you've been working out. This little heart thing will go and it'll be like, hey, you just logged a workout. Do you want to log it? And it's
Funny.
like, holy shit. Because it's
good.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
don't be
chores
yourself.
around the house,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's real work. Like, look at my dad. Your dad too. They're older, and it's like they're doing chores around the house, and they look great. You know,
Yeah.
building shit and like gardening and painting.
Well, my
It's
dad
like,
also works out like a maniac
and
still.
works out. Yeah, see, he's gnarly.
But
I
that's
love
good.
that
I mean,
though.
yeah.
But that's what allows him to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's such a big difference. So, did we go kind of long here?
Probably.
Long-winded?
I don't know. We don't
Couldn't
have our
show
little
us
thing
up.
to look at and see the
What time
time.
is it? Anybody know?
I feel like we can keep going
I
too.
know. Well, that was fun though.
Cool. I like this
I like
one.
it. Yeah, I'll have to
Much
check out the human design
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
so fun.
I'm gonna find that, and then hopefully public records will tell me when I was born. And then yeah, we don't even know what we're talking about next time.
No idea.
No idea. We'll figure it out. Or unless you guys have some. Oh, well, they won't get this till next week.
Yeah. Never mind. We don't want to ask you.
Yeah, we do. Shoot us a
Figure it out.
shoot us a text. Anyways, that was fun.
Cool. Thanks, guys.